This is FYI on your TV, brought to you by Hometown News. I'm Kathy Botham. I've got George Tierney with me and Ann Barr, both from Merrickville. Welcome to FYI. This is your first time here, both of you?
It is. Thanks for having us.
And you're from the PEWS.
We are.
Well, let's talk a little bit about what's going to go on for the summertime. George, you're going to talk about that. But Anne, let's talk a little bit about this beautiful building. Was once a church, and aptly named the PEWS because it's beautiful. But now it's an entertainment hub.
It's an entertainment hub, but it's also a community hub. Mm-hmm. We host a number of classes, such as Kung Fu. We have had yoga in our basement. Every Wednesday afternoon, we host the local health unit provides art to a group of people at no charge. We also have a number of people booking our space to hold seminars. So we're really much more, from my point of view, a community hub that has a nice bit of entertainment on top.
Absolutely, absolutely. And so let's talk about the building itself too. I keep wanting to call it the church, but it was once a church.
Absolutely, up until 2023, and it was built in 1890, originally for a Methodist congregation, and then when the churches united, it became a united church. That was in the early 1930s. And then the congregation was right through all of those years of that century. But sadly, in 2023, it became more work than the congregation could handle. But what they've left us is a wonderful resource. We have a building that is accessible. We have a building where there is no bad seat in the house. We have a raked seating in a curved outline and just beautiful acoustics. So we have opportunities for entertainment. We rent out space to artists and office workers, as well as we have the other classes and seminars.
Right. Now you're one of the founding members to get the PEWS going too, so you must have seen a vision when you saw this church of what it could be.
Yes. When we saw the building empty for nearly a year, it was a relief to see the for lease sign come up, so the building's still owned by the church, and it was an opportunity to keep that building in the community use. And so our vision was to establish community partnerships, and we do that through the Lions Club and the theater group, and as well as the day nursery school. We were able to host some of the little kids for a few weeks while their building was being repaired. So the vision was to establish a central hub where different community groups and different community members could gather and do stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm really glad you mentioned that it's accessible, because this week from May 31st to June 6th is National Accessibility Week. So thank you for mentioning that, and thank you for doing that as well too. Now George, you are the artistic director, which means you get to bring in all the entertainment.
I got the fun job.
Yes, you do, don't you? Yeah. And I mean, you've got some big names going in there that we know of. You know?
It's roughly a year that we've been at building the entertainment side of it as well, and the names are starting to get there. You're saying, and I'm saying the beauty of the facility. It's about those curved pews.
Yes.
It's about the acoustics. And early on, we had the brilliant Canadian blues man Colin Linden played matinee for us, which is great. And his line upon the end of his show was, "Feels like playing the Ryman," which is, the theater in Nashville.
Wow.
And so we've sort of leaned into that a bit, but it's just that's just a way of describing what the experience is going to be like for the audience and the musicians as well, because it's I learned from my good friend Arthur McGregor, yes, you owe your audience a show, but you owe your entertainment an audience as well. And it just, that room just feeds back and forth from the stage to
Absolutely.
the
And what
seats.
do you call it? Is it raked seating? Like it's like a theater, like you go up.
Yeah.
So it's like, you're a little higher than the seat in front of you. And
So the floor itself is built on a slant.
Right.
And if you go down into the basement, you can see these really old timbers and structural members, and the ceiling height at the bottom is, like 6 feet, and then it goes up to 10 feet at the back. So
wow.
it was deliberately built that way in 1890.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It is amazing.
And very importantly, those pews are padded, so they are quite comfortable to sit in.
Yes, you can sit there for a couple hours too.
We've all been to other similar churches where 20 minutes in, you're no. I've sat in those seats for the 2 full 45-minute sets of a traditional show, and you're quite comfortable. And
quite often your events too you have a liquor license too.
Yeah,
so
we
can
are
have
fully
something to drink
licensed.
in it,
That's my role with Windmill Brewery and South Brenville Events. Is we're very proud to be providing the bar service there on top of this as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now I've been there a few times. The Outer Bridges Mystery to the Keyhole House are good friends of mine, Ted and Marion.
Yep.
So I've seen their show a few times. So beautiful, beautiful building. But you've got a summer series going on too as well.
So we've got our summer lineup, and there's much more on top of this as well. So we just had the Mudmen. Loud rock Celtic group on Friday. It
fabulous.
was
Absolutely
it was great,
fabulous.
and their music's fabulous. It's my type of music especially, but the Campbell brothers are just these two monolithic humans that just stood there on their bagpipes while the rest of the band was. It was just amazing. Coming up at the end of June on the 27th, we've got the Plowboys, which is really. It is what country is all about, and they might show up in their pink bedazzled suits or their blue ones or the yellow ones. They are colorful, brilliantly talented country musicians. So that's on Saturday, June 27th. I make no hesitation to hide my favorite coming on at the end of July, and the 25th is the Arrogant Worms. So that's going to be a good popular show.
And where are they from?
They're originally from Kingston, and I remember when Karen and I were dating, so many decades ago, we saw the first time the Arrogant Worms were busking on the street in Kingston at the time, and I've stayed in touch with Trevor ever since then. Now they come from great distances across Ontario now, but originally out of Kingston, and had some pretty successful tours in the last year as well.
And they're coming to Merrickville.
And they're coming to Merrickville, and then bringing back the blues with Susie Vinnick at the end of August.
Excellent. Excellent.
So 14-time Maple Blues Award winners, and Susie's just a treat, and one of those brilliant musicians. She brings Kermit, which is her shiny green bass, and she's one of the few that can really beautifully play bass and sing the blues at the same time. That's sort of a bit of a departure from the traditional skill set.
Multitasking.
Yeah, so that's just that. And then on top of that, we're just starting this week with Sunday matinees. So more local artists, pay what you can. So show up and toss a few bucks in the jar that goes to the artist at the door. Starts with Spencer Scarf on
yes, I know
Sunday.
Spencer. Yes, he's great.
Yeah, Spencer is the king of self promotion in our little music community, and what a show he puts on.
He does.
And when I hire him for things, and as I've told him for Sunday, like, we're keeping this simple. Show up with the one guitar and do the shows. So he will bring 5 or 6 instruments and rotate through them through his set. So we're hoping to draw in the community and the visitors as they're wandering the town on Sunday afternoons.
Absolutely.
And if it works, we'll keep that going all summer.
Summer long.
Sounds great. It sounds great. And the Outer Bridges are coming in.
The Outer Bridges, of course, are coming in there. Yeah, that's a fabulous show, and don't they draw well? Like there's always a healthy audience for their show every week, and that's great.
Yeah, and I mean you could go back 2, 3, 4 times too. They're just such amazing people to watch and everything. They just live just on the same street here. They've got the
the Keyhole House.
The Keyhole House. I was just
down
going to
the
say,
road
if you've
here.
never seen the Keyhole House, just go for a drive down here. Same side as the studio.
Yeah.
They're wonderful people. They just did a big tour in China, so
they're
coming back here.
Yeah,
too,
Ted's back. I think Marion's Switzerland
visiting
right
mom.
now. If I saw,
she's visiting her mom. So yes. So for more information, if people want tickets to any of this, how do people do that?
The best place is on Facebook. That's where we'll post all of our activities.
Oh, you got back to me real quick.
Going on, yeah. And for all of most of our events, the tickets are available on Eventbrite.
Okay.
And we've got our little posters up wherever we can. Just scan the QR, it takes you right there, and start
All
buying your
right.
tickets.
Okay, so that's for the events you were talking about. The ones you were talking about, how do people get more information about the ones you were talking about?
So we have a website as well, and so we will, of course, on our website have the musical events, but there's a seminar coming up on June 25th, and you can find more information and a link to their tickets on our website.
I really like the fact that you said that people can come and use the building to have a seminar. What a spectacular, in the beautiful town of Merrickville, I just see lunch breaks, everybody going to the Yellow Canoe or...
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yes.
We had the North Grenville Concert Choir do a matinee just a couple of weekends ago, and they filled the house. And we know that a perfect day in Merrickville is come out, wander the streets, watch the boats go through the locks, have lunch, and then go to a show. And it's really something that we're building on as well. So hence the Sunday matinee events as well.
I apologize, I don't know the address of where it is. I just know as soon as you're over the bridge, what is the address of the
100 St. Lawrence Street.
St. Lawrence Street.
And that is the main intersection in Merrickville.
Yes.
Can't miss it.
That's
it's a
right.
big building.
You're right over the locks. Yeah, that's you right there too. So, well, thank you very much for coming from Merrickville today to talk about the PEWS. Once again, I've got George Tierney and Ann Barr from the PEWS. For more information, you have a website and a Facebook page, and you respond quite quickly. Hence you being here today. So
Great.
thanks very much for being here today.
Well, thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.